Hello and welcome to Got Next Gaming. We have a little something different here. We don't usually play games off the console, it's like PS4, but I came across this game and I've been playing it for a while now, and I've been enjoying it immensely. It's called Rimworld. It's an indie game developed by Ludeon Studios. It is currently an alpha. This is Alpha 9. Alpha means that it's in deep development still, so the game's not really released per se, but you can download it and purchase it off of their website. I will post it down below in the descriptions. Let's get started here. So basically, you are part of three survivors that their space cruiser crash lands on a planet, and you have to build a colony and survive, and eventually get off that planet. So what we're gonna do is gonna start off brand new here completely. We're gonna start with a new world. Let's randomize here a little bit. I like to put the map up to 25188 to make it a nice size. Let's generate. See what we come up with. So here we have our world, and we could see different areas here. This is obviously the north, where it would be colder, like tundra, and then we get into like your more normal stuff, forest and things, and then you have desert. I typically like to go out to more of a forest area where we have decent temperatures and stuff, nothing too crazy, too out of range, where it's like an extreme. You can see stats on the side here. They'll show you their average temperature, the lows, the highs, where exactly you are, types of stone, and your growing period, March, October. It's a pretty long growing period. Excuse me. And the terrain here is flat. Um, I do tend to like to go for the mountains. As we play, I will show you that, and I'll show you why we do that. So let's save and finish this world, and let's create a new colony. You can see here the storytellers for this. It's an AI storyteller that creates events. Cassandra Classic is, I guess, probably the most popular, or maybe the most used one, or the one I would see being used the most, where it has like a steady curve of challenges, where they throw pirate raids at you, and resource drops, and animal attacks, and weather, and all sorts of events. Then you have Phoebe Base Builder, which gives you a lot of time to build your colony in between those disasters and whatnot. And then we have Randy Random, um, and it's just complete random stuff. I found it to be catastrophic at times, where it was just completely like hopeless altogether for that. We're gonna stick to Cassandra Classic here to do this one, and there's a couple different modes here for difficulty. I found that with the new Alpha 9 that just came out recently, challenge has been very difficult and kicking my butt. Rough was, I went back to rough a little bit. It was a little bit easier to work with. But we're going to go to challenge here for sake of argument, just to show you the challenges that you will endure, and how difficult this game can be. So next, here is some older worlds that I've been playing with. And here's the new world we just created, so let's select that one. And we'll go in here. Let's take a look. I was kind of poking around this area before. I think this is kind of where I want to go. Somewhere around here where we got mountains. Good range of temperatures, limestone, marble, granite. April to September. It's a good growing period. Let's move over a little bit here. I want mountains. Either one of these would be good for a starting point. This would probably be like the easiest to start off in, because you'll have a good balance of weather and temperatures and stuff like that. Excuse me. So let's select the site. Next, you have to look at your characters. You have three of them to start off with. You'll see the tabs at the top to kind of scroll through them. You'll get to see their backstories, their skills, what they're incapable of, their traits. They have a name and age, of course. You can randomize these people if you wanted to, if you found that they were not helpful to you at all. Here's our first one, Ariel Safara, age 31, female, was a sickly child and a medieval lord. Incapable of dumb labor and skilled labor, which means no construction, no growing, no mining, no hauling, things like that, which are almost vital to the survival of a colony. And we may want to think about that one for a second. Then we come along Lane, 43 male, some good skills here. Uh, 17 in mining, which is huge, and he has a passion for it. When you see the little flames next to it, one is a regular passion, and two is a burning passion, which means that they learn uh, faster than somebody without that passion. Good construction, no research. Other skills are decent, no crafting. So no intellectual, no craft. You can't research, you can't craft, but he'll be a good workhorse for sure. He's an optimist. He's physically deaf. Uh, and cold tolerant. So it means he likes the cold weather. Let's go to Jumper, see what he looks like. Very low on the skills across the totem pole here. He has a passion for research, or he might be our researcher, which is important in the game. Social, he's got a good social skill to begin with and a good cooking skill. So he could be um, our communicator and our chef. And he is actually called chef too. Look at that. He was a mid-world chef. He capable of dumb labor, capable of cleaning. So again, no hauling here. But he's an optimist. He is lazy, and he is too smart, which can be tough because it means he'll have a mental break faster if stresses get too high. Let's take a look at here. I think I'll stick with Chef, even though he's a little on the challenging side. Definitely Miner would be good. Lane here, Alvarado, and Vladimir Mejia. We're going to randomize Safari here because there's no skills that I can use. And here we go. Here's something a lot better. So good research stuff. Crafting passion, which is good. Medicine, so we have a doctor now. And capable of none, so they can do everything. Green thumb means that they like to grow. And they got a +2 for growing. And a fast worker, which means they move a lot faster than a regular character would. So we're going to stick with these people here. We're going to leave the names as they are. Cristobal Lawson, Lane Alvarado, and Vladimir Mejia with the nickname of Jumper, the chef. All right, let's start and see what we get here. You'll see as the game loads up, we're going to be going into our location that we chose, and we'll get to see the map. The three of you awake in your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown Rimworld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. Okay, so we'll see you come crashing down the 3 pods, and there comes our 3 characters. We're going to pause here quickly while we talk about this a little bit. We're going to scroll out. We're going to take a look at our full map. So this is our world. There's a lot of mountain up here. That's good for digging into. We have some open stuff down here. A lot of grassland, some smaller mountains here and there. And we got to find a nice spot to kind of start our colony, which this might be a good spot right in here. I like this area here as I'm playing it before with some experience. Here's a geothermal vent, or a steam geyser, as they call it. When you point on it, you can see down here exactly what you're looking at. You could use this for power later on once you do research and whatnot, so we're going to kind of stick to this area here because that'll be good. We'll be able to build some walls here for defenses against pirates too, as well. So take a look at our 3 characters. They usually land with weapons as well. So let's take a look at our characters and see what they're capable of all the way around. Let's see who's going to get the knife. So we got Lane. There's a 1 shooting, 3 shooting, and 3 shooting. I didn't realize we had no shooters here, so this is terrible. Who's got the best melee, though? 5. Lane's got the best melee with 1 shooting. So, Lane, you're going to get the knife. Cristobal, you've got a 3 shooting with no passion. We'll give you the pistol. And Jumper, you have a 3 shooting still with no passion, so we'll give you the survival rifle. Now you can see some supplies here. Things with the X means they're forbidden, so your colonists will not touch them unless you unforbid them, which is what we're going to do. We'll start over here first. We'll highlight all of this. It's all the silver. Unforbid that. That's good for trading with. So we'll definitely need that. And then we have down here some other resources like wood, steel, and some more silver. We'll unforbid those. Unforbid the medicine. And if you double click on something, you can unforbid all at once. And it'll give you all the ones that are in the area. So it's looking like I've got everything I need unforbid. So let's get these guys moving. Let's pick up their stuff. We're going to move up into this area here. We're going to create ourselves a stockpile so they start hauling all of our supplies and resources and whatever else. We'll go to zone. We'll go to stockpile. We can create a stockpile zone. I'm going to create something over here. Nothing too crazy big. So they can start hauling stuff there. You'll see a little bit of a tutorial here on the right side where it shows you kind of the stuff that you need to do. Build a room. The colonists need beds. They need some place to sleep, obviously. You can see some other stuff here, some stats, your year, the time of day. You have some controls for speed and whatnot. Overview, research, and menu. We'll go over that later. And we have the temperature outdoors, 38 degrees Fahrenheit, and clear. Sometimes there's rain and storms and whatnot, and that kind of reflects that there as well. You see some animals in the area. That'll be good for hunting, so we can have something to eat. We will want to start farming so that we can grow stuff and produce our own sort of live off the land, as they say. Let's start a little spot right here. Quickly, we can go in here. You can see it's a growing zone. It'll grow from April to September. Anybody who's designated for growing will do so. We'll start with potato plants because they're easy. They're pretty quick to grow. You can see the stats of them here. 2.86 days to grow, and they last for 30 days, which is important because stuff can perish after some time and rot. As we go further on, I'll discuss about how to better keep a hold of your produce, as we'll call it, to keep it fresher longer. Let's go into the overview quickly and take a look here to see all the different jobs that we have for your characters. Firefighting, doctoring, patient controlling, wardening, cooking, hunting, constructing, repairing, growing, mining, plant cutting, crafting, art, hauling, cleaning, and research. Higher priority stuff always is here, so if it's checked off, they will do that first if it comes up, and lower priorities here. So, for instance, if there's a fire, they will drop whatever they're doing, go to the fire first, and research is on the last on the list if they're not doing anything else in between. The ones that are checked off means it's a job that they're currently tasked to do. And when you hover over it, you'll be able to see their skills. See the skills of those jobs. So you can see who's good at what and then decide who's going to be doing what. So here we can see like a chef, for instance. He's got great social skills, so he can be a warden from when we catch prisoners from pirate raids. He's also great skill in cooking, so he'll be our chef. And I guess we can have him hunt for the time being. Construction is something I kind of like to have everybody do in the beginning, so I'll check all of these off. Growing, our best grower is Crystal Ball, who has the green thumb, I believe. And we'll get 2 of these guys on growing. I'll leave Chef off of that because he has plenty of other stuff to do. Our awesome miner is Lane with a 17. I think it's the highest mine skill I've seen in the game since I've been playing it. Plant cuttings for designating different plants to cut or harvest if you're going to harvest like berry plants or cut trees, I believe, and things like that. You cut trees for wood and other resources. Mining, you can get resources from that as well, like steel and whatnot. Crafting is good for building things from rough materials like clothes, art. You can build sculptures. Hauling is hauling, obviously. Just picking up stuff and carrying it to a different place. Cleaning is keeping things nice and neat. They do have a debuff if they see something that they don't particularly like. If there's like an ugly room or dirt on the floor or something like that, you'll see that as we go later on too. You'll see the different moods too. So I'm gonna kind of think I'm gonna leave everything here where it is for the time being, and we're gonna go and see what happens. Now that we've got this area set for growing, they'll start to grow. We do have to get some beds. Come down here to your architect in the left-hand corner. You'll get a bunch of different things that you can work on. Is it miscellaneous? No. Furniture, sleeping spot. So we can develop sleeping spots for them for the time being so that they can just kind of lay down and sleep. We'll do that while we start to build up our colony. Let's see. Should I start mining because I have a great miner and dig into the mountain, or should I build a room for them first? Decisions. You know what? Let's start with something small so that they can um, have a place indoors to sleep, because they do not like to sleep outdoors. You'll see that as well. Leave a little opening for a door. I'm going to move up the speed a little bit here. They have plenty of stuff to carry. Ooh, they have some more material here that they can, when forbidden, carry back. I see some more over here too. Every little bit that we can find to start will help. Steel's a useful resource as well. You need it for a lot of different things that you're doing in the game. So adjust some of the volume controls here. I noticed the music was a little loud there. Didn't realize that at first. Apologize about that. Back to game. Some orders. Chop some wood here. Clean up and collect some plants there as well. And we're going to work on the structure here inside and take a look-see. So we're going to start building us some rooms. Alright, so they're not the most even rooms in the world, but they will be. Let's start off with, you know what? Regular wooden doors. You can do auto doors when you have power. Well, not necessary here. So just going to use this for temporary beds for the meantime. Let's get them some real beds. We're going to use wood here again. You can turn them around. Bed there. Bed there. A bed there. Again, this is just so they can be indoors when all of that's done. I am going to designate some chopping of more wood. And it is a huge resource. Okay. You can see we are doing some growing out here too. Started planting some potato plants. All right. It's a humble little start here. So a lot more hauling to do. The two guys that can haul are on hauling. And I need one more door. Excuse me. These are our survival meals that we can eat. We have enough to hold us over until we can get some stuff going. Maybe we'll designate some hunting and whatnot. I don't know where I want to dig into the mountain first. We can do some mining over here. You can see we have compacted steel here. We can mine that out and use it for resources later on to build stuff. And we've got a wild boar stuck in our bedroom. That would only happen to me. Anyway. That's a decent little start there to the game so far as we get things going here. We are going to do some stuff very soon. Let's see. We will have to build some guns for ourselves later on. I think we're going to start mining out. I should have moved this stockpile up here a little bit. We're going to create a trade beacon soon, probably in this area here. Then we'll use that so that the trade beacon gives you the ability to trade with passing ships. And we'll go over the detail of that later on too, and what's involved in that. I'm going to start a mining job. I'm going to start it. You know what? They're going to walk through the stockpile. I don't care. I like this little indentation here. I'm going to start a mining job right there so they can start digging into the mountain. And we can start creating our base indoors. Most of our colony will be inside. I will set up a room where we'll have like refrigeration for our food that we can store so it doesn't go bad or spoil. And I'll create bedrooms in here as well, plus other rooms to use for production, for cooking and tailoring and stone cutting and whatever else we decide to do, research and everything else. We have struck compacted steel, so we found steel here in this as we were mining. We can see Lane going, and he's really fast. I've never seen someone mine this fast before. This is awesome. This is going to be very useful in this game and getting things going. Because I do like to mine out inside of mountainous areas more than anything else. Everyone knows that you don't want to stay on this rock for long, but Cristobal suggests that you give the colony a name anyway. What should it be called? We landed. How about we... what name? What shall we call it? Got next Gamesville. In light of putting this on YouTube, on my channel. I like it. We'll start with that. Well, that was super fast. Yeah, wasn't expecting that at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve out a room here. I'm going to be careful how I carve this out, and I'll explain why. And I'm going to try to create this as my refrigeration. I like to start these things early in doing so. And this will be my cook room, my kitchen area per se. There we go. We want to put a door here for refrigeration as well. I'm making the refrigeration area over here so I can punch a hole out in here and put the cooler in to cool this area down. And we'll see the effects of that later on. I have an idlest. I have a colonist that's idle, and I need a meal source. We're working on the meal source. I know I need defenses. Why are you idle, Jumper? What don't you have to do? Let's take a look at the overview. Jumper. Here's my warden, chef, hunter, constructor, and all that stuff, and I'm not constructing anything right now. So it's going to be a little tough for him. We'll stick him on growing for the time being, since we can't really cook. Let me make him a plant cutter too. He can't cut plants. Darn it. Alright, here's what it is. Anyway, I think we're going to end it here for now on this one, and we will continue later on with this. Yeah, we'll continue this going for a little bit and see how far we can get. This will be the first of many episodes of this, and I hope you enjoy, and please leave your feedback and everything else. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by.